वसुदेवं सुतं
तं
देवं
देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनम्
देवकी
देवकी
परमानन्दं
परमानन्दं
कृष्णं
कृष्णं
वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
जगत्
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्
पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव शरणं मम देवदेव त्वमेव शरणं मम देवदेव जय श्री कृष्ण
जय श्री
जय श्री कृष्ण Today we are studying and discoursing on chapter 9 verses 4. We have already seen that this chapter, most confidential knowledge, is the summaries, the crux of the Bhagavad Gita of knowledge of the self. The entire world, the verse is, the entire world has been pervaded by me in the unmanifest form. All beings dwell in me, but I dwell not in them, I am not in them. Let us understand two words. By me, in my spiritual unmanifest form of my being, all the world is pervaded. We understand clearly. Me meaning the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Paramatma, the unmanifest form, the unperceivable, the unmanifested form of Paramatma. Can you perceive the form? It is unperceivable. And it's with our gross material senses. But when we are in our very deep spiritual divine senses, we get the revelation in pure devotional service and transcendental loving attitude. So existing in me as the self of living beings implies in the undiluted, unadulterated mind, clear of dualities. When we are free from dualities, then we can, under this guidance of a spiritual master, we engage in devotional service, and then light comes. To reach this level of purity of mind is through the process of knowledge. The king of knowledge, in fact, this is the chapter, the most confidential knowledge, the king of knowledge. Understand the self. And that knowledge are the best purifiers in the mind and senses. To teach the level of purity through experienced realization, to be free from bondage of birth and death. And
we are in this most confidential knowledge, which is chapter 9, and which is Raj Vidya Raj Guhya Yoga Nama, which is the most confidential knowledge. We have looked at the first shlok the last time, which Lord Krishna is saying that I'm going to reveal you the highest level of knowledge and of guhya, of secret knowledge. And eventually he's saying, this is the Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pravakshagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. This knowledge is the king of education, is the king of knowledge. And it is the most secret of all secrets. It is the Pavitra, it is the purest of all. And you can directly experience dharma by realizing this knowledge. It is the what we call dharma. It is the perfection of dharma. And sukham kartum avyayam. Sukham meaning it gives the highest level of sukh, highest level of happiness. This is what is interesting in this. Then he explained in the third one, ashraddhana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapyaman nivartante mrityu sansara vartmani. Those who are meaning those who are not faithful, in fact, in bhakti, in ashraddhana, जिसको श्रद्धा नहीं है, मुझे नहीं प्राप्त कर सकते. तो क्या होता है उनको? They go in again into the path of birth and death. Aprapyama nivartante mrityu sansara vartamani. They go in the direction of mrityu sansar. And then the fourth one, what we are looking at today, maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachahanteshvavasthitah. Meaning, maya tatam, mere tattva se, idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina. All this material creation, it emanates from me. Everything emanates from me. Matsthani sarva bhutani. All living entity rests in me. But I am not in them. This is a bit tricky, because if you refer to chapter 18, text 61, Lord Krishna is saying, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe junatishtati. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati. Ishwar is residing in the heart of all living entities. And here Lord is saying that nachaham teshvavastitah. So what is the reason here why he is saying that? Because whatever transformation there exists, there happens in the mindset, in the physical body, in the astral body, whatever changes happen, कोई परिवर्तन जो होता है, he is above all this. He is not entangled by this. He is not attached by this. He is not affected by this. This is where he is saying, मैं उनमें नहीं हूँ. न चाहम तेष्वस्थितः. Therefore, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Just like in the ocean, the waves are in the water, or you can say the water is in the waves, but the waves only appear and disappear. You can say the water is wave or the wave is water. It's only a question of perception. The waves themselves being unattached in some way to the water, they disappear. They appear and then they disappear in one moment and the other, from one moment to the other. In this way, God also is manifesting everywhere, but he is never attached to anything what is happening, whether in a human body, whether in any other type of body, whether in any corner of this universe, anywhere in this material creation, whatever is happening is resting in him, but he is not in them because he is not attached to them, because he is not affected by them, he is not entangled by them. So,
in this chapter, dealing with the most confidential knowledge leading to self-realization. Before going to verse 4, I would like to comment a bit on the previous verses. The most secret education and knowledge, we see verse by verse, it is being unfolded, and we are getting more clarification of this knowledge. Up to now, we have seen that the association with devotees and discussion of such further strengthens our knowledge by hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the Lord, worshipping, praying, obeying, and surrendering everything to the Lord. Further, we see that up to now, we have laid too much stress on the physical body and the ephemeral senses, whilst neglecting the soul, which is the most important part of the body. And without the soul, the body has no value, though the body is perishable, whilst the Atma isn't. The soul, which was so active in the physical body, can't remain inactive. Now, we have also seen that we reap what we have sown. But just like a tree, it takes time to bear its fruits, whether it is good or bad action that we have done, we will reap or bear the consequences. And having gained the proper knowledge, that is the most confidential knowledge, we are approaching the goal, that is moksha. We will be liberated if we put into practice all the knowledge we have gained. We have also seen that we must have faith and trust in the Lord to reach our goal. The Lord also reveals that the entire universe is pervaded by Him, because not a leaf can move, can shake without His will. But this can't be understood by the physical senses. Only if we are engaged in pure devotional service and faith and trust can we understand this.
About this concept that God is in everything, but He is not. He doesn't dwell in everything. He said that we form part. We are an atom of the whole body of God. So, in an atom, how can God come to reside? I give again. We have talked about an example of the sea wave, but we talk about it perhaps in another approach. As a wave take the origin from the sea and sport on it, all beings from Brahman, that is Lord, down to a blade of grass, takes the origin from Brahman and rest on him. Okay? As the sea is not contained in the waves, the unmanifested Brahma is not contained in the manifest of being. Okay? He is infinite, and those other things are finite, they're limited.
Let's put the question in this way. So we are discussing about Bhagwan, God, and ourselves, suppose. The first thing, this theory, if you want, that we can put forward is that anything that you have can become something else. So in other words, say you have water, and the water, it can be formed into ice, because when your temperature goes down, the water becomes ice. The same water now has become, what was liquid has become a solid. So there is a transformation. So in this way, one way of having two different types of species is by transformation. And they will call it the Parinam theory. That is, finally, you're getting an object. It is transformed into something. A becomes B. And the other thing that can happen is that, for example, you are going in the door, your small light, and then you find a snake as if moving on the wall. And you get frightened because it's a snake or whatever. But when you go nearer, you find actually it is not a snake, but a rope. So what it means here, that you can mistake one for another. It's not reality, but you think it was that it is not that. So this is a concept of mistaking one object for another object, the snake for the rope. So this they call it vivarta. Vivarta, where you're making a sort of mistake. This slope, that whatever you see is coming from what is called an energy. Whatever exists is by a certain energy. There is an energy, Shakti. It is Shakti is an energy that does it. Okay? And the Shakti that we are talking about here, about God being here, and we are there as well, is what we call the Maya Shakti. That is a Maya Shakti's concept, that God and what we are actually. So it is a form of material energy. Is a material energy from God. And thanks to material energy that we can have it. So it is, like whatever the soul is a key word, because there are lots of things have been said about this one. Now, what is, therefore, how is soul related to Bhagwan and to us as human beings? So they say what type of Shakti, then they claim that it is what we call the Jeev Shakti. So I think Dharma Samstapakam Virang Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna.